What is going on, Isles fans? Matt O'Leary back with another video here for Up the Turnpike on YouTube. Today, I want to discuss a rankings that came out from the NHL Network, taking a look at the best wings in the NHL, and Mathew Barzal not cracking this top 20 list. Well, let's get into it. So Mathew Barzal, for full context, played 80 games last year and finished the season with 80 points, 23 goals, 57 assists. This was by far his best season in the league since coming into the league as a rookie when he had 85 points. This was the first time he's been over 23 or 20 goals rather in quite some time. Shortened seasons and injuries, unfortunately, playing a factor in it. But Barzal going to the wing full time this year, I was very impressed with Mathew Barzal's play. And when you take into account he was the NHL leader in takeaways as well, there's no denying that he was an incredibly impactful player, not just for the New York Islanders, but just around the league. He's a point per game player who also led the league in takeaways. Surely that is a good enough for a top 20 wing in the NHL. Well, not according to the list. Let's go through this list. Here's the names 1 through 20. Nikita Kucherov, Matthew Tkachuk, Mikko Rantanen, David Pastrnak, Artemi Panarin, Jason Robertson, Kirill Kaprizov, William Nylander, Sam Reinhart, Mitch Marner, rounding out the top 10. Zach Hyman, Brady Tkachuk, Steven Stamkos, Philip Forsberg, Kyle Connor, Jake Getzel, Clayton Keller, Brad Marchand, Alex Ovechkin, and Travis Konechny rounding off the list. Now, I like Travis Konechny, and I like a lot of guys on this list, but I think Mathew Barzal does enough to make this list, and I'm not saying necessarily in the top 10. I don't think that's fair, but if you look at it, he was actually tied with Jason Robertson, in points, who was 6th on the list. So Jason Robertson is 6th. Mathew Barzal had the same amount of points as him, 80 in the season. Now, Robertson's 24 years old, and I think that plays a factor in the ranking in that they still view him as an ascending player, but a little bit of a head scratcher. And then if you do the points comparison, there's actually a lot of names on this list that Mathew Barzal has more points than. Zach Hyman, Jake Getzel, Alex Ovechkin, Travis Konechny, Brad Marchand, Clayton Keller, Kyle Connor, although Connor only played in 65 games, so I don't necessarily have an issue with him being on this list. And Brady Tkachuk, who's all the way up there at 12, Mathew Barzal had a better points season then. Also, Mathew Barzal's not the only snub. If you want to say, be fair, Matt, he's not the only snub. I will. Okay, great. I'll give you a guy from someone else in the Islanders division, in fact, that should be on this list. And that is Jesper Bratt, who was a 27-goal, 83-point guy. Again, I like guys like Travis Konechny, and sure, Alex Ovechkin and Brad Marchand are on here for what they've done in their career. But at this point, Alex Ovechkin should not be on this list based off the season that he had a year ago. Both Jesper Bratt and Mathew Barzal, I think, should be included on this list, and moving some other guys down and potentially out. Like, unfortunately, Konechny's there at 20. I don't think he deserves to be on there. Ovechkin's another one who I don't think deserves to be on there. And I'd probably lower Brady Tkachuk after the season that he had. I like Brady Tkachuk. I'm not against him as a player, but I think he deserves to be a little bit lower on this list. So just wanted to come on here quickly and talk about him not being featured. Even Islanders legend and now broadcaster Thomas Hickey chimed in on it and said that there's a lot of great names on this list, but Mathew Barzal deserves to be here as well. And I agree with him, so just wanted to come on and do a video. Guys, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm Matt O'Leary, and I'll catch you next time.
If you like that, make sure to subscribe to Up the Turnpike on Patreon for more exclusive New York Islanders content.